Welcome back to Let's Play DDO Permadeath, Part 2. Part 2 on this character, anyway. Okay, I'm starting on the Korthos village quests here. And while I'm playing, I will talk about the Permadeath rules a bit more, in case for anyone that hasn't seen the previous series of videos. So my previous Permadeath character, I also went through this stuff, and you can find
Dust and mold fill this ill-maintained storehouse. You can hear the telltale skittering of vermin nearby.
And you can find the playlist of all the videos of that character, also on my YouTube account. That one is DDO Permadeath Run 1, this one is DDO Permadeath Run 2. So, Permadeath rules. So, there isn't one set of Permadeath rules, it varies from guild to guild, and indeed individual players often tweak it, as I'm doing with this character. There are basically two types of Permadeath guild. There are the guilds that are trying to make life as hard as possible. Kind of Mortal Voyage, I guess, is the most well-known of those. Where they usually have difficulty restrictions. They might have restrictions on how many times you can use the shrines, or making you skip shrines, that kind of thing. Often they say you can only play hard and above, that kind of thing. As well as having lots of restrictions on what equipment you can use as well. Extreme Explorers takes a more relaxed approach. You're allowed to do whatever difficulty you like, but there are restrictions. There are still restrictions on equipment. And I think this is the best compromise, basically. I don't really want the game to be hard. I don't play Permadeath because I need the game to be any harder than it already is. Permadeath in itself makes things a lot tougher, because you have to play a lot more carefully. You can't afford to make mistakes, especially solo Permadeath. I really need a better axe. Anything that helps me to hit is going to help a lot with this guy. I did say I might regret not taking the Ember Great Axe off of the cleric from the grotto. Anyway. Yes, so Extreme Explorers lets you do any difficulty you like, but there are equipment restrictions, as I discussed in the previous video. You can't swap gear with non-Permadeath characters, or with other Permadeath characters that are at different levels, and you certainly can't hand any equipment from other characters of your own. So I can't hand down gear from higher level characters that I have. Which is why I'm fighting with a rusty great axe. And just
This
running around with the
appears to
starter
be
gear.
the main storeroom. It seems the villagers have been preparing for a protracted siege. A large silver key falls out of the crate.
I'm breaking every crate and barrel here, partly for the for the experience boost, of course, of getting ransack, but mainly for the chance of getting more money, so I can buy healing potions, and for the chance of getting healing potions dropped in the crates. So I got 5 healing potions, which is about as good as I can expect for this starting fight here. Alright.
A Sarhagan emerges from a hidden passage, demanding the key. You mustn't let the scroll fall into Devourer hands.
Alright. That was easier than my artificer. Having shield helps a lot. It nullifies a lot of the damage from the low-level casters. Nullification of Void Law. Now that is a good item for a Pale Master to pick up early. So what other rules? So I suppose I should say the obvious rule is that I can't use Resurrection Shrines, and if I die in a quest, then...
The door swings open, revealing... It appears that the floor in this room can be moved and rotated.
Sorry, just avoiding talking over the DM there. What was I saying? Yeah, so I can't use Res Shrines, and when I die, the character has to leave the guild. And since I don't play non-PD characters on the server, I would delete the character if I die. You can be resurrected by other characters if they have spells to resurrect you, and or clickies or anything like that. But since I'm soloing, that won't apply. If I get any abilities like the cleric abilities or monk to raise myself, that is also allowed, but doesn't apply to Pale Masters as far as I know. Alright.
The protective spell dissipates. All that remains now is to take and deliver the scroll.
Okay, time to go spend that first action point, I guess. It would help if I knew where the wizard trainer was. One more action point and I get my Skeletal Knight. That will be the first game changer here. For now, I will have to do without. But I'm liking 43 hit points at level 1. For a caster, that is a good total. I suppose more importantly, I should see if I can buy any healing potions. Healing potions are vital at low levels. These first few quests are all about how many healing potions you can afford to buy. The answer for now is not many. So the question becomes, do I want to take AC into this quest, or do I want to take in more offensive spells? I feel like Nyax is likely to give me a better chance of getting the optionals, so we will go with Nyax rather than Mage Armor. Sacrificing quite a bit of AC, but I think that improves my chances here. Well, improves my chances of the optionals, reduces my survivability, but my hit points are pretty good for my level. Whoops.
Coming from deep in the crypt, you hear the strange and unsettling echoes that Kaya spoke of. And by the passage leading in, a grim strange. Sarcophagi line the walls, but they're broken open, and you notice something strange about the wall to the west. If you search the wall, you may discover more. You found some kind of secret door in the wall. This is a dark and dusty passage. It doesn't look like anyone's come through here in decades.
I don't normally go this way first in this quest, but the chance of getting healing potions from the breakables is actually quite handy.
A chest. It's out in the open and unprotected. And that's probably what the dead cultist by the chest thought.
Indeed.
Acid sprays out of the wall as the gate slams shut.
Lots of people die getting this chest because they get too ambitious. But if you're very careful and don't step up onto the platform there, it's fine. I wish I had Trip and Sunder for this one.
What were those cultists up to? This a treasure chest glimmers in the dark passage here. Though rusty, this longsword is still sharp. It's a slashing weapon, perfect for slicing through putrid zombie flesh that would resist puncturing or bludgeoning weapons. There's a Sahuagin in here, performing some kind of ritual.
Come, dead son of Korthos, rise and do my...
The altar glows with dark power, and the Sahuagin continues.
Kill everyone in Korthos. Kill any who would help them.
Sahuagin were using this vile devourer. A magical crest appears from the destroyed altar. If you take it with you, it may be useful later. You continue to hear cultists about their evil work from further inside the crypt.
Well, that didn't work at all. I need to shoot the altar, not the caster, it seems. I'm not doing anywhere near enough damage with Nyax to kill them quickly. Deliberately shot that guy there just to pull him forward, so I can fight them one at a time.
As you slay these foul cultists, take care to keep your own health up. Another treasure chest. Perhaps this heavy mace is a bludgeoning weapon, ideal for smashing apart skeletons. Their bones are resistant to puncturing or slashing weapons.
Alright, well, I guess I better hotbar that up. Don't have any other way to damage the skeletons in here.
There's another Sahuagin. It croaks.
Crag Wolf Heyton, in life you served the light.
Another crest drops
That's
out
more
as
like
you
it.
smash the altar. There might still be other altars elsewhere in the script.
Good, I can Master's Touch more than one weapon at a time. Don't think I've ever had occasion to try that before. My glancing blows do almost as much damage as my non-glancing blows. That's a little odd.
A magical barrier blocks the way, and behind it, another Sahuagin performs unholy rituals at a devourer altar. This barrier appears linked to 3 sockets in the wall. If you find the crests to those sockets, it may allow you passage.
Right, so I was talking Permadeath rules. Let's see. I don't really need to heal up here.
In the middle of this chamber is an evil devourer altar. By it, a Sahuagin rumbles.
For generations,
When the altar collapses,
Yeah,
a
the
third
altar's saved
crest
against knives,
appears.
so-
It glows with cold magic.
So, other Permadeath rules then, you're not allowed to sell stuff to other characters or to sell stuff on the auction house above its list price. So I will sell stuff on the auction house at list price to make money sometimes, which is just for buying tomes. I find buying other stuff is not really necessary, and I think goes against the spirit of Permadeath for me, just the way I play it. But buying tomes lets you do more builds. It doesn't really matter to this character, but for other characters, where they're trying to meet feat requirements, being able to buy tomes lets you play a wider variety of builds. I should have swapped spells there, probably. Oh well. Okay, I think my plan here has to be to try and Nyax the altar, although I don't suppose it will work. Well, I will give it a try. I suppose I could charge in and just whack the altar.
You
Try
fit
that.
the last crest in place, and the magic shield dissipates. The Sahuagin inside, the last devourer altar shatters.
Alright, time to run away. necromancer was too busy casting his ritual.
Your bold action saved Korthos and brought the Sahuagin's fell scheme to naught. The treasure chest in the antechamber is now yours.
That might even be a better melee weapon for me for right now. I suppose it is level 2 though, yeah. Well, once I get to level 2, that will be an improvement, as almost anything is on what I've got right now. Alright, I have to break there, so I will see you in the next video.